Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 274. The title of today's lesson is The Difference Between Poll and Survey. Yeah, sometimes I get students ask me, the question, what's the difference between a poll and a survey? So that's what we're going to cover here. All right, let's take a look at the note. A poll usually just focuses on one question, a single question, and will often have multiple choice answers. Sometimes only two. Like if it were two candidates running for office, do you vote for this person or that person? Sometimes it could be in the primaries where there's 3, 4, or 5 candidates, and then your multiple choice will be, A, this person, B, this person, C, or they may even have an other as a choice too. Polls tend to be political in nature. Yeah, so we're probably going to have more polls about politics than most other things. Often directly about voting or being in favor or against some issue in society, or maybe some issue that the government is going to be voting on, whether you're for it or against it. So polls tend to be mostly this way. So you get like 55% for it, 45% against it, or they may have undecided as a possible option as well. Okay. Let's continue. Polls are often paid by a company, political party, news network, etc. Yeah, so we may have to worry. I mean, there's been more talk recently how easy it is sometimes to skew polls, especially since it's just one question. Very often, a lot of the political parties or news networks, when they take a poll, sometimes they want it to favor one side or another, whatever their agenda is in favor of, they want it to favor that. So sometimes they could skew a poll several ways. Sometimes they could do it with what they call oversampling. Maybe if they ask more people in one area or in one party than another party, that could actually skew a poll. Or maybe they may change the question in such a way that it would favor whatever outcome they want. And then there's even more talk that there might be even more ways to skew polls today, because a lot of times, since the companies that are paying for them want certain results, they know that these companies can actually buy information on people, like on Facebook or Twitter, and they could check out what websites you go to or if you post anything, and then they have a really good idea which side you may vote for. So polls can be skewed, so you got to be very careful about polls. All right, let's take a look at a survey. What's a survey? A survey will usually ask many questions and may have a very wide range of questions. Surveys are usually more time consuming, because they may ask 10 questions or 20 questions. So that could sometimes take time. And many are done by companies to get feedback on their products and services. Some companies, they want this. They want to know if somebody tried their product before, or have they ever heard of their company, or what do they like or don't like. So the questions can vary, and you could have someone standing there for a while asking the question. So a lot of times when you're stopped in streets, especially by like students or something, and they'll ask, will you do this? You might be standing there for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something answering all their questions. So surveys tend to be longer, and they may have many, many more questions. Okay, let's continue. Done by company, feedback on the products. Some other surveys could be done by researchers as well, to collect information about a particular subject. Maybe something to do with psychology or sociology. Could be anything like that. Because surveys are more time consuming, respondents are sometimes offered a free gift to participate. Well, they know that the average person doesn't want to stand there for 5 or 10 minutes, so maybe they'll offer you some t-shirt or a pen, or it's usually something that's pretty cheap, but still it's for free, so sometimes people do it. That's what they may do in order to encourage you to take your time to answer the survey. Okay. Anyway, I hope it's kind of clear. I hope you can see the big difference between poll is usually just a single question and just a little multiple choice answer. Surveys are usually many questions and multiple, many questions. And of course, they offer you sometimes a free gift on it, and often done for feedback. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.